just had my first child, running a children's business.
That's a scary time.
Yeah, so ultimately we did fail, and ultimately that was then the next round of learning. The next round of learning was, John, I ended up crying to my mentor at the time, and I said, this is all failing, what do I do? And he basically just said to me, John, you're not cut out for business. Pack your bags, go home. You're an accountant, go. And so that's where, took his advice and went back to Adelaide, basically. At the time, we also just had our first child in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And we had to have that decision on whether we want to raise our children.
Yeah.
And so together with that, we then made that journey back to Australia.
I feel that's a really scary time as a man. I'll speak for myself, whereas like, let's say like, I remember feeling it a lot when my daughter was born, right? Just like the fear of getting stuck, because obviously children are expensive, right? There's a fear of getting stuck in this cycle, which I feel that I saw a lot of parents when I was a kid get into, where your expenses go up and up and up, and then you are trapped because you need the security of a job, and they just never get off this a treadmill of renting and stuff like that. So like that was the time of my life when I was working like fucking crazy because I just had the fear in me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So leading up to that point, if you sort of look at how I went through high school, how I went through university, I actually didn't really fail. Things just came naturally to me.
So
why? I don't know. But accounting came naturally to me. So my old boss at the time, David Sen, he said to me within the first 3 months of being employed, he said, John, you're special. You're just picking up all of these things naturally. I've never employed someone who was this talented in accounting. I'm like, I'm an undergrad. What are you talking about? I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, no, John, you're special. And so, to get through that university years, working full-time, studying full-time, and at the same time doing my chartered accounting subjects, it just came natural. Yes, you did long hours, but you got through it.
Mm-hmm.
You just got through it. You worked overtime, you worked late nights. You just got through it. You just didn't miss a beat. I didn't fail a subject. It just worked. So Malaysia became this whole getting kicked in the guts and my first biggest failure.
So there's a couple of things I want to dive into. I want to go into the framing of that failure, but the first thing I want to ask about is how valuable, looking back, do you see kind of the mentor-mentee relationship or having a mentor, right? So I'll just dive into why I think that's interesting. I really struggled in the early days of the business. I've spoken to you about this before, but I would consider myself one of those businesses who is a skilled technician who went into business because they go, oh, I'm a skilled technician. I should be able to run a business. But then not having any of the business skills required, and it just led to burnout and stress. And then like my biggest win or my biggest catalyst of success, I guess you could say, is joining EO. Yeah. And it's because you've just got peers as mentors, right? Correct. We spoke about this before. A lot of my friends now are in business and we catch up and we talk about, oh, what are you doing? I've got friends who have businesses that I call and go and unload like, oh, this fucking employee did this. So and that has just catapulted me both into, I guess, the next level of business, growth, but also operating from a point of, I guess, comfort, not a point of, nervous breakdown every 3 weeks. Yeah. So I just wanted to so I never had that mentor relationship, and I kind of wanted to know how valuable you saw that part of your life as to your success now.